Another video for you with new stories from Ethiopia and Somalia. Breaking news is about some revelations made by Fahad Yasin, former chief of Somalia's intelligence agency. He worked as head of National Intelligence and Security Agency of Somalia. He made revelations about the disappearance of former NISA agent Ikran Tahlil, the girl who went missing last year. And NISA has been accused by the family of Ikran Tahlil that NISA, Fahad Yasin were behind the disappearance and perhaps killing of Ikran Tahlil as well. But today, Fahad Yasin spoke. What is he saying? Second news story is from Tigray. World Food Program says hundreds of aid trucks have entered Tigray, which will be sufficient to meet the needs of 800,000 people of Tigray. A third news story is from BG Benishangul Gumuz region of Ethiopia, where Gumuz People's Democratic Movement's chairman has been arrested. This Gumuz Democratic Movement is a political party and it reached reconciliation with the government. The party wanted to contest last year's election as well. It was not allowed to contest election. Then this year we saw that there was reconciliation talks between the party and Ethiopian National Defense Force and BG officials. Now, Gumuz People's Democratic Movement chairman has been arrested in Kamashi. And there is curfew as well in Kamashi. In several previous videos, I reported about instability in Kamashi and Asosa as well. Lastly, very important news story is about Jawar's speech about Tigray. Last night, Jawar was in Stockholm, Sweden, and there he talked about Tigray genocide. What did he say about Tigray genocide and about resumption of basic services like electricity, banking and communication services in Tigray? Firstly, viewers, first news story is from Somalia. In June 2021, a NISA agent went missing. Her name is Ikran Tahlil, a 24-year-old civil servant who was hired by NISA as an operative. She went missing. Her family accused NISA that intelligence agency was behind her disappearance. She has not been recovered so far. It is said that she has been killed. NISA denied the allegations. NISA said that Al-Shabaab was behind the disappearance and killing of Ikran Tahlil. Back then, Farmajo was in power and NISA was led by Fahad Yasin, who was seen as Abdullah Farmajo's right-hand man. PM Roble ordered an inquiry into the disappearance of Ikran Tahlil. He ordered NISA to submit a report. Fahad Yasin did not submit the report and PM Roble suspended Fahad Yasin, but he was restored by President Farmajo. So there was confrontation between the PM and the President over Ikran Tahlil issue. Most of Farmajo critics accused Fahad Yasin and NISA that NISA was behind the disappearance of Ikran Tahlil, her family as well, Ikran Tahlil's family. Now, Fahad Yasin is not part of NISA. I think he's not in Somalia. Farmajo has gone as well. Hassan Sheikh Mahmoud is the new president of Somalia. In an interview, Fahad Yasin has made some shocking revelations about the disappearance and killing of Ikran Tahlil. Fahad Yasin is naming some people very close to PM Roble that they are involved in the disappearance and death of Ikran Tahlil. Firstly, he is naming Fahad Yasin, who is a member of parliament close to PM Roble. Secondly, Abdi Rahman Yusuf, assistant minister, again close to PM Roble. Fahad Yasin claims that Abdi Rahman Yusuf went to the house of Ikran Tahlil. He took her in a car, and later she met with Fahad Yasin as well. And the two handed her over to an Al-Shabaab commander who killed her. So Fahad Yasin is naming PM Roble, Abdi Rahman Yusuf and Fahad Yasin that they are involved in this plot, in the conspiracy of the death of Ikran Tahlil. Al-Shabaab released a statement, I think, when Ikran Tahlil went missing last year. It denied any involvement in the disappearance or killing of Ikran Tahlil. But now Fahad Yasin has leveled serious allegations against PM Roble and his two associates. Let's see what will the PM and these two, one MP and the other minister, respond. We'll update you in coming videos about this news story. Second story is from Tigray, where hundreds of aid trucks have reached Mekelle, Tigray's capital. A very positive development. World Food Programme just a few minutes ago confirmed that 310 aid trucks have reached Tigray in the past 1 week. And these trucks are carrying aid sufficient for 800,000 Tigrayans. A very encouraging development. This is the largest aid convoy to date which has entered Tigray so far. And it shows a step towards provision of aid to Tigray on emergency basis. If 300 trucks are reaching Tigray in 1 week, it means that government is now stepping up aid delivery to Tigray. It should be appreciated. While we are hearing that talks could start between Tigray and Ethiopian government in Tanzania, delivery of aid to Tigray is also increasing. So indications are that things are moving in the right direction, though slowly. We saw first a few trucks, then a few dozen trucks, now a few hundred trucks are entering Tigray. It should be welcomed. Talks should start in Tanzania or in other country, wherever it happens, but talks should start. Now things are moving towards normalization. Next news story is from BG, Benishangul Gumuz region of Ethiopia, very destabilized. I have been regularly updating you about instability in Kamashi and Asosa. In Kamashi, a police commissioner was arrested by Ethiopian National Defense Force 2 days ago. Now we are receiving reports about the arrest of a political party chairman. Gomez, People's Democratic Movement chairman, has been arrested by Benishangul Gumuz authorities. He is leading a political party. This party waged armed struggle for years. Then it started political struggle. It became a political party, but it was not allowed to contest last year's election by National Election Board of Ethiopia. The party reportedly reached reconciliation with regional government of BG this year, and its members, officials were made part of BG's administration, especially in Kamashi. But since then, law and order situation in Kamashi has been deteriorating. Government officials have been fleeing Kamashi, and now curfew is imposed in Kamashi. In neighboring Asosa as well, there was a prison break last month, and those who fled prison They have joined an armed group. So overall, both in Kamashi and Asosa, instability is on the rise. If this party leader is not released, it could lead to further escalation. That is why perhaps curfew has been imposed in Kamashi zone of Benishangul Gumuz region. Very strategic region, shares border with Sudan. Ethiopia has been accusing Sudan of backing Gumuz fighters in the past. It's home to GERD as well. Before the start of third filling of GERD, we are seeing that instability is on the rise. We could see more happen in BG because of course foreign elements, foreign actors will try to stop third filling of GERD in coming days. Lastly, viewers, Jawar Mohammed spoke about Tigray a few hours ago. He was in Stockholm, Sweden. He addressed a gathering of Ethiopian diaspora, mostly Oromo diaspora. His gatherings, his programs are being attended by Oromo diaspora mostly. He's trying to unite Oromo diaspora in Europe and in North America. What did he say about Tigray during his program at his program in Stockholm, Sweden last night? He said, "I was glad to be in prison than be with the elites who were supporters of Tigray genocide." He is referring to his imprisonment, that since he was in prison, it was good for him because he was not part of genocide of Tigrayans. So he is using the word genocide. I have a clip. You can hear that he is saying genocide. He says Tigray genocide was committed, genocide of Tigrayans was committed, and he was not part of it. He was in prison. He's condemning Tigray genocide. Secondly, he says that banking, electricity, communication services must be restored in Tigray. And thirdly, he says that if we don't stop this war, it will destroy all of us. Jawar is definitely trying to be a national leader. He is rising above his Oromo politics, though his main support base is still in Oromia. And diaspora community which is attending his programs is mainly from Oromia, from Oromo ethnic group. We have not seen Tigrayan flags, even not many Ethiopian flags at his program. So mainly his power base, political base is from Oromia region, but he's trying to speak about national issues. Ethiopia needs national leaders. I have been saying that these regional leaders should talk about national issues as well. They should not restrict themselves to regional ethnic politics. Watch this clip.
ምሁራን ማወቅ ያለባቸው አመራሮች በግልጽ ወጥተው በአንድ ብሔረሰብ ላይ ጄኖሳይድ ሲያውጁ ስናይ ምናከበራቸው አብረን የተማርናቸው ሰዎች ስናይ እንኳንም ታሰረን ያለን ሼኪው ቄሱ ትልቁ ትንሹ ወጥቶ ውድመት በሚያውጅበት ዘመን ውስጥ መኖር በጣም ነው የሚያሳዝነው። በሚዲያ የሚነዛው የዘር ማጥፋት የመጠፋፋት ደምስሰው ውቀተው ጨፍልቀው ሚዲያ ስትከፍቱ ከሌላ